During Drug Awareness Week, students at Sprucecourt Public School participated in several activities to promote drug awareness. There were speakers.
A drug is something that goes into your body and changes the way you feel.
The reason that I became involved with Mothers Against Drunk Driving was because I had a phone call on Valentine's Day in 1981 to tell me that my father had been killed the night before.
I'm here to tell you a little bit about my experiences with drugs and alcohol.
A door decorating contest, and student research projects.
When it comes to drugs, and I'm sure that you all have heard about drugs, and some of you know a little bit about drugs, but for me, I'm always interested in what young people have to say. So, my question to you is, are all drugs bad? No. No, you're absolutely right. Not every drug is bad. Some drugs that are given by your doctor or prescription, or you get at a pharmacy, and as long as you take those drugs and you read the instructions on the package, then it's going to make you better. It's going to make you healthier, right? But the thing with drugs is if you abuse them, that's when they start to hurt your body. So if you take too much cough syrup or you take too much aspirin or whatever, then this is when your body starts to react badly.
We asked a few of the students to talk about their projects.
Working on alcohol and how it affects people.
When people drink too much, they might do or say something they don't mean. They might hurt themselves or other people, especially if they drive a car.
And we found out a little time later that my dad had been killed by a young man who had been drinking too much and was driving way too fast. And my dad had been crossing the road with a friend of his, and the young man had hit them both, and he'd killed my dad. And I had 3 children, and my children at that time were just a little bit older than you guys are now. And it was a very tough lesson for them to learn, because their grandfather was somebody that they really loved, and they used to play with him and he was just a funny guy. And so they really missed him. And it's why my kids, when they got to be going a bit older and they were going to parties and going out and doing fun things, they always did things that were the really responsible things to do. They always made sure that, you know, when they were also driving at this stage, they always made sure that there was somebody, maybe they would take the TTC, or sometimes people slept over in our basement because they knew that that was good. Sometimes they had a designated driver. But my kids would never, ever have been drinking and then got behind the wheel of a car.
Someone who drinks too much also might throw up and could wake up the next day feeling awful. That's called a hangover. Drinking too much alcohol can lead to alcohol poisoning, which can kill a person.
And we're going to tell all those alcohol drinkers and cigarette smokers to stop drinking them. They know it's bad for them, but would they listen? No.
I'm here to tell you a little bit about my experiences with drugs and alcohol, because alcohol is a drug as well. Used responsibly is okay, but if we don't use it properly, we get ourselves into a lot of trouble with that drug as well. I'm presently a drug and alcohol counselor for the National Hockey League, and I also do Major League Soccer. So even people that are elite athletes can end up having problems with drugs and alcohol. And a lot of guys have their careers ruined over drugs and alcohol. So when I was your age, I had a poster on my wall of a healthy lung and then a lung of someone who smoked cigarettes. And I had vowed to myself that I would never smoke cigarettes, I would never do drugs, I would never drink alcohol, that I was going to be an athlete. And that was the way I was going to live my life. But as I got older, I started thinking that I could handle more and more things. I thought that a drink here by the time I was in grade 8 was okay. Smoking a joint in grade 9 was all right. Trying cocaine in grade 12 was okay. And what kept happening was I kept thinking that I was a bigger boy, I could handle it, wasn't going to be a big deal. Just because I did it once here and there, no harm would come to it.
Hi, my name is Mahmouda. My name is Nafisa and I'm in grade 5. I'm in grade 5 also. We're going to do a topic about heroin. Heroin comes from the opium poppy, a flower that grows in Asia, Mexico, and South America.
Pure heroin is a white powder that tastes really bad.
Some heroin is dark brown and black. Hard heroin is either sticky or hard and looks like moving tar.
I'm doing GHB. It's sort of like a powder drug. It's usually popular for club goers. And I also learned that when you mix GHB with alcohol, you have a very good chance of dying.
Hi, my name is Tamji.
And I'm Jordan.
And we're here to talk about marijuana. Did you know that marijuana is the most common illegal drug in the USA? It can be smoked to be like cocaine and crack. Other names for marijuana is
Weed, grass pot, chronic plate, blunt herb, cannabis, Hainish, and Mary Jane.
Because when I first started, and I thought that marijuana really didn't do anything, because I saw so many other people trying it, that it was going to be okay for me. But by the time I got to university, I was smoking marijuana every day and smoking it when I woke up. And it affected me so much that I actually had to change my classes to the afternoon because I was unable to get up in the morning to participate in class.
We read this article earlier. It says that cocaine causes heart attacks, and if some people sniff it, and inside your nose gets all burned and everything.
Within a few years, in my mid-20s, I was using cocaine on a regular basis, on a daily basis. And just in order to function in the morning before I went to work, I would have to put on my suit or my tie and go to work, and I'd use cocaine before I got to the office. What happened next was within 3 years, I lost my job and I became unemployed. I lost my house, I lost my car. My partner, girlfriend at the time left me. My friends broke away, they stopped calling, they no longer wanted to be in my life. My parents didn't know what was going on and wouldn't invite me on family vacations, and I felt isolated and lost. Until one day I realized that what was really happening wasn't me, it was the drugs and alcohol that I was using that was affecting my personality, affecting my health, and pushing everybody else away because I had so much, built up anger inside me. People didn't enjoy being around me.
So I hope that if I come and talk to people, because I can tell you that there's not one of your parents that would want to have somebody come home and tell them that you were not going to be coming home again. And I know that right now you're not at that stage, but the one thing that you really have to be aware is what other people are doing around you, and if you're going into a car, making sure that if you feel that the driver of that car is at maybe is not capable of driving, you have to say to that person, I'm not going with you, and just keep yourself safe.
So I would suggest now if you are approached by other people or your friends start using them, just to think twice, think of my story, think about what happened to me, because I was just like you when I was in grade 5, and my life took a really nasty turn.
So what my message to you is, in this very short time that we're talking, is that make good choices. Listen to the information that the teachers have for you, and if you have questions, go online to the Royal Canadian Mounted Police. We have a website. Go online, check this stuff out, and make good choices for you. Make choices that are right for you, not for what your friends are doing, because they have to make choices for themselves, okay? It's all about choices here. What's good for your body and what's going to make your body really nice and healthy.
RPTV was brought to you by the Regent Park Focus Youth Media Arts Center.
Get home.